we are honored and very grateful that you have come to Berlin today. There are many thousands of Bulgarians living in Germany. We are also very closely linked economically. Germany is Bulgaria's largest trading partner, and within the European Union, we have been good partners for many years. I am pleased that we can continue this cooperation under your leadership in the European Union and strengthen Europe together in the European Council, because that is our shared objective. At the informal European Council in Cyprus, together with the European Parliament, the Council and the European Commission, we reached a joint agreement and signed a roadmap containing measures and deadlines. Many of these measures are to be adopted in 2026. Moscow must understand that it has to negotiate. Europe stands ready to come to the negotiating table with Ukraine, with Russia, and with the United States. Since the arrival of the new Hungarian government, Europe has found a new unity and determination, which will bring us a step closer to peace. Tehran must no longer hold the region and the world hostage. Its nuclear military program must be verifiably brought to an end. There must be no strikes against Israel or our partners in the region. Iran must ensure free and safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. We will continue to work towards this. As you know, I spoke with President Trump last Friday. We agreed on the objectives and on the need for a negotiated solution. I look forward to our cooperation within the European Union. I also look forward to deepening bilateral relations between Germany and Bulgaria. Bulgaria, under your leadership, will be an important and attractive investment location, also for the German economy. Germany is a leading investor in Bulgaria and our largest trade and economic partner, with a bilateral trade volume of 12 billion euros last year, which continues to grow every year. I informed Chancellor Merz about Bulgaria's socio-economic development in recent years and about the results of the early parliamentary elections held a month ago. Bulgaria is a country with significant potential, not only because of its strategic geographical position linking Central Europe with the Balkans and the increasingly important Black Sea region, as well as the Near and Far East. Over the years, Bulgaria has actively developed connectivity and strengthened key European transport, energy and digital corridors. I am pleased and I hope this trend will continue. Most importantly for me, Bulgaria has established itself not as a peripheral country, but as an important industrial and logistics partner of Germany in southeastern Europe. This is due above all to the talent, dedication and ambition of our citizens, as was also reflected here today when Chancellor Merz was surprised by Bulgaria's decisive victory at Eurovision, a sign of Bulgarian talent and perseverance. I must also say that the last 5 years of political instability and rule of law challenges have prevented us from fully realizing this potential, but this has now changed. For the first time in 30 years, we have a political force that has won elections with broad public support and enjoys a clear majority in the Bulgarian parliament. Moreover, we now have a new technocratic and energetic government with a clear program, strengthening the rule of law, accelerating economic development through high-tech production and artificial intelligence, ensuring energy security, advancing infrastructure and energy projects, increasing productivity, and, very importantly, aggressively attracting and protecting foreign investment. We also have a government with a clear responsibility towards Europe's security, industrial and energy resilience. That is why we are here, because we believe Bulgaria and Germany can open a new chapter in our relations, not only trade and investment, but also contributing to Europe's strategic autonomy and new industrial security. The statement by Chancellor Merz that Europe is ready and working towards negotiations between the United States, Europe, Ukraine and Russia is extremely important for our future. However, we also need a clear strategy for a European defense capability and investment in competitiveness and defense industry capacity. Defense and competitiveness are major challenges for Europe. We are working on these issues. Beyond Rheinmetall, there is potential for many other projects and industrial cooperation, including joint acquisitions. On drones, we have already discussed this topic. Bulgaria is becoming increasingly strong in the production of drones and anti-drone systems. I place great importance on closer industrial cooperation within the European Union, to reduce the number of systems, significantly increasing production volumes and thereby reducing costs. We have too many systems and produce too little. Only by combining our industrial competence and becoming less complicated in Europe, through fewer systems and higher production volumes can we build a European defense capability. We are in intensive dialogue with our European partners about a possible path towards a peace solution. We are discussing this very intensively at the moment. I will not speculate publicly about names. What matters is that Russia is ready to come to the negotiating table. Any talks will then take place between Ukraine and Russia, with the support of the United States and Europe. We are paying great attention to media freedom, because without free and independent media there is no democracy, no effective fight against corruption, and no effective response to hybrid threats. Two key priorities are transparency of media ownership and strengthening independence. I spoke with President Trump about two major issues, the Iran conflict and Ukraine. It was a very good and very constructive conversation. We agreed to continue these discussions at the G7 meeting in Evian in a few weeks, where all these issues will be addressed again. For us, it is not important whether we have one negotiator or a team of negotiators. What matters is that negotiations begin. It is important that Europe finally achieves a proper balance between military, economic, and diplomatic instruments.